This is Nashima, the CEO of InfoTaxCard.com, and we are a team of CPAs and EAs. How to determine passive activity losses PL. This is my today's topic in which I am going to explain some characteristics, how to determine passive losses, which I am going to explain with the help of a case study as well. Now I am going to share with you a case study to explain how to determine the passive losses. A taxpayer who was wealthy made an investment in an architecture partnership as a passive investor. So what is the outcome, or what is the application of the passive activity? If a taxpayer who was wealthy made an investment in an architecture partnership as a passive investment, the taxpayer's participation in the partnership the or the business. The taxpayer's participation in the business is limited to occasional consulting. So, any income or loss derived from it is passive in nature. Passive activities gain cannot be offset by any losses derived from the partnership. The rules for passive activity losses are applicable to individuals, estates, trusts other than the grantor trust, personal service corporations, and closely held corporations. Passive activity rules which are not applicable to active income, losses and credits, or portfolio income, losses and credits, casualty and theft losses, vacation home rental, qualified home mortgage interest, business use of home, or working interest in an oil gas well held through an entity that does not limit the person's liability. To apply the passive activity limits, it is necessary to determine the amount of deductions disallowed under the basis or at-risk rules. The excess can be deducted or credited in a future year subject to the same limits. What is the definition of the passive activity? A passive activity is defined as a business or trade where the person is not actively involved, or a rental activity. Now I'm going to share with you some conditions. Where the material participation in a trade or business activity during tax is permissible for a taxpayer if they meet one of the following tasks. If a taxpayer meets one of these tasks, then a taxpayer can offset the passive losses against the active income. Number one, the taxpayer takes part for more than 500 hours. The taxpayer participation is essentially the same as the participation of all individuals in the activity. The taxpayer is involved for over 100 hours, and their participation is at least as significant as that of any other individuals for any 5 years of the previous 10 years. For any 5 years or the previous 10 years before the year in question, the taxpayer participated in the activity. In any 3 years before the year in question, the taxpayer has materially participated in personal service activity. The activity is regularly, continuously, and substantially participated in by the taxpayer. Thank you, and God bless you.